Imagination is a vast and intricate force in the realm of psychology, acting as the silent architect of our inner worlds. Its role is not merely an accessory to our daily lives, but rather a vital element of human consciousness, one that influences mental health, creativity, and problem-solving in profound ways. Imagination shapes the way we perceive reality, helps us navigate the unseen terrains of our minds, and allows us to reach beyond the present into realms of possibility. To begin with, imagination in psychology can be understood as the ability to create mental images, sensations, and ideas that are not directly accessible to the senses. It is a faculty that lets us transcend the present moment and consider alternatives, dream of futures, and construct scenarios that might not exist in the immediate physical world. But its true power lies not just in the act of imagining something, but in how it molds our inner landscape. In the context of mental health, imagination is both a sanctuary and a battlefield. On one hand, it allows individuals to create mental safe havens, places of refuge where they can escape the pressures of reality, offering them temporary relief from pain, anxiety, and stress. When someone daydreams of a peaceful beach, their mind momentarily soothes itself. However, the same power of imagination can also lead to catastrophic thinking, where individuals envision worst-case scenarios that spiral into anxiety and fear. The line between imagination as a creative force and as a destructive one is thin, highlighting its dual nature. In creativity, imagination is the mother of invention. All creative endeavors, whether in art, science, or everyday problem solving, begin in the mind's eye. Without imagination, there would be no innovation, no art, no breakthroughs. It allows us to ask, what if? A simple question that fuels the progression of society. This ability to generate novel ideas and envision new solutions stems from the mind's capacity to break away from conventional patterns of thought and explore uncharted mental territory. Problem solving is another arena where imagination reigns. When faced with a challenge, the mind does not simply pull from existing knowledge. It synthesizes, reorganizes, and experiments with different possibilities. Imagination allows individuals to mentally simulate various outcomes and strategies before acting in the real world. It's like running a mental rehearsal, a safe space to fail, adjust, and retry before the actual performance. The most skilled problem solvers are often those who can think in abstract, unconventional ways, viewing obstacles from angles others might miss. But how does the mind engage in this mysterious process? What triggers the flow of imagination? Imagination can be sparked by a myriad of stimuli, sensory inputs, emotions, memories, or even sheer boredom. The mind is never idle. Even when it seems to rest, it's often brewing beneath the surface, taking bits of past experiences, emotions, and sensory data to form new combinations. Dreams are one such example of how imagination operates without conscious control, blending memories and desires into often surreal narratives. Philosophically speaking, one could argue that imagination is the very essence of human consciousness, the defining feature that separates us from other species. It is our ability to not only react to the world as it is, but to transform it within our minds. Some philosophers have gone further to suggest that imagination is not merely a passive tool, but an active creator of reality. The philosopher Immanuel Kant, for instance, spoke of imagination as a force that shapes our perception of the world, helping to mediate between sensory data and our conceptual understanding of it. But do all people possess imagination, or is it a gift bestowed upon a select few? In truth, every human has the capacity for imagination, but like many faculties, it exists on a spectrum. Some individuals have extraordinarily vivid imaginations, often experiencing images or narratives in their minds as vividly as they experience the real world. Others may find their imagination to be more subdued, less accessible. This difference can stem from various factors like genetics, personality traits, and even life experiences. For some, imagination becomes a refuge from a reality that feels unbearable, while for others, it is a tool used sparingly, only when necessary. Artists, inventors, and philosophers may have honed their imaginative faculties through years of practice and introspection, while others might not consciously engage with theirs as often. But the ability to imagine is present in all, lying dormant, waiting to be awakened by the right stimulus. As Joseph Joubert said, imagination is the eye of the soul. Ultimately, imagination is the canvas of the mind, the space where possibility and reality intersect. It can elevate us beyond the constraints of the present, allowing us to envision futures, create beauty, solve problems, and navigate the complexities of existence. However, as much as it is a gift, it is also a responsibility. How we wield our imagination, whether to create, dream, or despair, is a reflection of how we engage with the world and ourselves. In this sense, imagination is more than just a psychological phenomenon. It is a philosophical one, shaping not only how we perceive the world, but how we choose to act within it. It is both the mirror and the creator of our reality, a bridge between the known and the unknown, the possible and the actual.